Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Volume 3 of The Style Historian, which is all about flip-flops. So whether you refer to them as flip-flops, thongs, which is derived from a word meaning restraint, zori, or go-aheads, shout out to Californians and Hawaiians for being different, the flip-flop is the choice of footwear during the hot summer months when you really don't want to be wearing any shoes at all. From casual rubber flip-flops to designer ultra-chic flip-flops, the flip-flop has a very lengthy history that spans way past the pair of flip-flops that have been sitting in your closet since the 7th grade. So beginning with the history, the flip-flop emerged as early as 4000 BC, and the oldest known pair, dated back to 1500 BC, is displayed at the British Museum. And I don't know about you, but I bet the person who used to own those flip-flops never thought that they would have their pair of flip-flops displayed in the British Museum. So, anything's possible really. So this pair is made from papyrus, but a variety of materials have been used over the years. Papyrus and palm leaves were most commonly used in ancient Egypt, rawhide was the material of choice in Africa, wood was used in India, and rice straw was used in China and Japan. However, in modern times, the most common materials are leather, rubber, and other sturdier textiles. So the modern flip-flop gained popularity after World War II, and they were derived by the Japanese zori, which were brought back by American soldiers and quickly adopted by the American public. During the post-war industrial boom, Americans created updated versions of these flip-flops in bright colors and patterns. They were predominantly worn for their convenience and comfort, and I can't blame them. I love flip-flops. In the 1960s, they became the iconic symbol for the Californian beach lifestyle. And Californians actually call them go-aheads, which I mentioned before. So in 1692, Havaianas was created in Brazil, and by 2010, they were producing 150 million pairs a year. And during the early 1970s, Rainbow Sandals was created in a garage in Laguna Beach, and they now produce more than 2 million pairs a year. So that's the history of flip-flops. I bet you really didn't know that the shoes you are probably wearing right now, 50% of you, date all the way back to 4000 BC. And I mention this every time, but fashion is cyclical, and some trends just never die, and the flip-flop is one of those that has kept persisting over the years, and I hope never die. So some fun facts about flip-flops. Before I go into the fun facts, I'm actually going to start with a poll. I love my polls. As always, post your answer in the comments below, and I'll reveal the correct answer at the end of my video. So, who was the first United States president to be photographed wearing flip-flops? Was it A. Ronald Reagan, B. Abraham Lincoln, C. Barack Obama, or D. George Bush? Again, who was the first United States president to be photographed wearing flip-flops? A. Ronald Reagan, B. Abraham Lincoln, C. Barack Obama, or D. George Bush? Again, tell me in your answers below, and I'll let you know the answer at the end of this video. I'm sure you're all sitting at the edge of your seats. So modern flip-flops have the strap between the first and second toes. However, the Romans and Mesopotamians had their strand between the second and third toes. We can thank the ancient Greeks for bringing some sense to the flip-flop and wearing theirs between their first and second toes. The name flip-flop wasn't officially used until around the 1960s, and it comes from the sound they make while you're walking in them. There's something to be said for good old simplicity. The National Flip-Flop Day is held on the third Friday of every June and was celebrated since 2007, so make sure you mark your calendars and celebrate that amazing holiday next year. And in 2017, Americans spent $2.5 billion on flip-flops, being the best-selling sandal variety in the country. The most expensive flip-flop is created by Chipco's, selling for $18,000. I honestly bet you didn't know how lucrative the flip-flop market actually was. So these flip-flops by Chipco's are uniquely shaped, hand-painted, and have 18-karat gold designs. And fortunately, these shoes are part of Chipco's Stand for Square Feet campaign. So proceeds from these shoes go to protect the 100,000 square feet of endangered rainforest in Costa Rica. And these shoes come with a clear display case if you don't actually want to wear your $18,000 flip-flops to, take out the trash. What a concept. So Now is the fun part. It's the answer to the poll. So again, the poll was, who was the first United States president to be photographed wearing flip-flops? And the correct answer is actually President Barack Obama. It really took that long for a president to be able to feel comfortable enough to be photographed in flip-flops. So in 2011, President Barack Obama was the first American president to be photographed wearing a pair of flip-flops. This was the first time in US history that people got to see a president's toes. Awesome. In fact, people condemned Obama for wearing flip-flops, but as Kathleen Hall Jamieson from the University of Pennsylvania said perfectly, if you were born in Hawaii, if you grew up in Hawaii, if you vacation in Hawaii, and you don't wear flip-flops, then there is something seriously wrong with you. And I completely agree, Kathleen. Let Obama do Obama, and let presidents flaunt their toes freely. So that's all for the history and fun facts on flip-flops. As always, if there's any topics in fashion you would like me to make a video on, then please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to make content that you guys actually want to watch. And feel free to subscribe to my YouTube and turn on notifications so you're aware of every time I post my videos, which will be each Sunday. And I also love vintage clothing. I actually just got this dress, and you can see more about it in my recent vintage haul video. But if you want to see more of my vintage outfits of the day, then follow me on Instagram, which is @TheStyleHistorian. And if you want to see both my videos and my Instagram outfits of the day, then visit my website, which is thestylehistorian.com. Thanks, guys!